Hello, my name is Helen Campbell, and I'm going to talk to you today about judging people's faces. And I will probably mention the French President Emmanuel Macron and the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. And I'm starting now. Now, my parents used to say to me when I was going off for an interview, "You never get a second chance to make a first impression." Well, I've heard that from other people since, and you probably have as well. But we hear it often enough, and it is rather true. We tend to judge people by their faces very quickly indeed, apparently in a tenth of a second. So, if it's, for example, a job interview, a stranger will be judging you, or a panel of strangers will be judging you. They will be judging your competence, and doing so very quickly indeed. There are other things they might want to detect in you as well. What is the degree of trustworthiness you exude? They can even judge whether you have yourself good judgment. These are all first impressions, and they're impressions which are very important. They're particularly important, by the way, for predicting the outcome of an election. All politicians know that their faces count for a lot. And when members of the general public see them on TV, they often make snap judgments. Now, studies that have been carried out on this subject show that politicians who look more competent are likely to win the elections. So we can assume that the French President Emmanuel Macron does look competent. Indeed, I think he does personally. But what determines competence? There are three main components here: attractiveness, a masculine face, and a confident look. Mr. Macron has it again. Rather bad luck, of course, if you're a plain, shy woman. But that's what I read. This is according to studies carried out. In general, women apparently seem to be more trustworthy than men, but not as competent. And as we know, people want to trust you, yes, but they're also looking for competence. Another thing is that we apparently will look at someone, and if that someone reminds us of a friend or a family member, that will also have an impression. So if your father or husband or partner or brother is friendly and trustworthy, and you see someone that looks like him, then you're going to trust that person. Now, we apparently also appreciate people who look a bit like us, and we trust them as well. We're more likely to invest in people and vote for people who resemble vaguely ourselves. Apparently, in the Middle Ages, an interesting fact I read was that if two people were suspected of a crime and they had to be judged, it was the uglier of the two who would always be selected. Fortunately, we've come a little further than that since the Middle Ages, but still, this importance that we attach to faces can have all sorts of far-reaching effects. It's important for politicians, and we know that. And I mentioned before that Emmanuel Macron seems to have got it right. He and Justin Trudeau of Canada both seem to have got it right. They have what it takes to inspire trust in us, and they both look competent. They've learned the right lesson. Thank you.